Hey PJs, so welcome back to another video. Today I have a slime surprise package from Slime Senpai. I have reviewed them before, but they decided to send me a surprise package. They did send this close to the beginning of the year. I apologize, I just have not had time or phone storage to film this, so I didn't get to it till now. I am so sorry. But like, this made me so happy. Thank you so much for sending this. Besides the slimes, they sent their business card and care card, some borax and some anti-stick for your hands, and some candy. Here are the slimes that they sent. They all come in these screw top white dome lid containers with their Slime Shop logo on the top and the slime name on the side. Starting with this first slime, this is I Need It. It is a cloud slime that is scented cactus, orange blossom, pure rain, and sandalwood. And obviously it's based off the movie The Lorax and like the need that the main character was trying to sell. I'm not going to go into like a ton of detail just in case there's somebody that's watching this that hasn't seen it before. If you haven't, it's a pretty good movie. I would definitely go watch it. To me, this slime smells like fruit, but like not like canned fruit or like a fruit spray or something. It smells like outdoor fruit. Like, it smells very naturey but sweet, so I'm going with outdoor fruit. But like, it also just smells naturey, like I said, with like a hint of laundry. It smells really good, very relaxing, and I super appreciate the way this one looks. It reminds me exactly of the Thneed in the movie. I think that the like look is nailed perfectly. This slime was pretty cold when I first started playing with it. My house the day before I filmed this was in the 50s because Midwest things, you don't ever know if you need to turn on the heat or the AC because one day it's 80 degrees outside and the next day it's 30 degrees outside. So it was really cold in the house, so that's kind of like why this slime is like not drizzling very well. It does warm up and get like a slight drizzle to it, but until then I apologize that it doesn't look that great. That is totally on me. I know I've mentioned before that cloud slimes are probably one of my least favorite textures because they don't really provide a lot of ASMR and they're just not really my thing, but I actually found myself really enjoying this one. The texture is like a doughy cloud, like it's kind of dense and like really soft. It has a very therapeutic texture to it, if that makes sense. It's just like really soft and squishy, and I like it. The only thing I would say is that it does have a decent amount of fallout. It's pretty manageable, but it's definitely more than what I would prefer. Because of that, I'm going to give this one 4.8 out of 5 pajamas. This next slime is Sea Salt Caramel. This is a wood glue butter chew slime that is scented bourbon sea salt caramel, and it comes with a clay whip topping. So you'll see in a little bit that there was kind of a fail with this one. The clay piece completely dried out and I didn't realize it until I actually tried to mix it into the slime. So it just didn't turn out very well. I'm not very like bright. I didn't think about it because the slime had sat, or like this package had sat for so long. I just didn't think that the clay would dry out for some reason. And when I like took everything out of the box, the container that had the clay in it was slightly opened, and like that just did not click with me until it was too late. So I just put it on the side. That is completely my fault. I totally plan on putting it in the slime and trying to see if it will dissolve into it. It will probably take months, but I try to keep my slimes as long as possible anyway, so we'll see how long it takes. Again, that's something that is 100% on me, not the shop. Like, that is totally my bad. I feel so terrible. Anyways, this slime smells exactly as described. You can smell every part of it, even the bourbon. Like, it smells so good. Like, it's got a kick from the bourbon, and like the salty caramel part smells really good, and it's like sweet but not overly sweet, and it just smells amazing. And like, just pairing that with the slime, it just looks like caramel as well. Just the slime just like looks so good and smells so good, and it's like perfect, and it makes me even more upset that I couldn't mix in the clay. Even the texture is spot on to what it was described as. You can definitely tell that it's a wood glue slime, and it is chewy. There's crisp bubble pops to it and some slight inflation, and I really do like inflating it because, like I said, it already looks like caramel, but when you inflate it, it looks like whipped caramel, and I just like really like the way it looks. The slime is super soft, it's got some slight sizzles to it, and just overall another relaxing texture to play with. And this slime is getting 5 out of 5 pajamas. The third slime for this review is Blue Northern. This is a thick and glossy chew slime that comes with 2 ounces of clear blue bingsu and Fimo slime topper, and it is scented like clean cotton. The slime smells like fresh perfume, like a really fresh perfume. Like, I don't want to call it like naturey, but it just smells fresh. I mean, it was like if like you had a perfume and it was like described as like clean cotton smelling perfume. That's what it would smell like, so it's pretty accurate to the description of the slime. But I like it. It smells really refreshing. The base is glossy and has a slight jiggle to it, which I always like. I just like seeing like a slight jiggle in like plain slimes like that. It's really fun. The bingsu topper is absolutely gorgeous. I liked putting it together. I kind of went for like an avalanche type where I just kind of ripped it up into pieces and then put it into the base and then kind of mixed it a little bit. And like, I don't know, I think it looks pretty good. I loved mixing it together. It was really fun, especially watching the color change because it just turns into such a gorgeous blue color. And the texture afterwards really kind of stays the same. It has like that slight jiggle to it. It's got a slight chewiness to it, but it's got like the added texture from the bingsu stuff. The slime is very clicky. It has a bunch of different types of bubble pops to it just because of like the different add-ins and stuff. The only thing that I would say is it does have some residue here and there, but that's pretty normal for a slime that's going to have like add-ins in it because it like has to have like the slightest bit of tackiness to it, which can result in some residue, and it's really not a lot. I loved the theme for this slime. I think it's another one that was executed wonderfully, and usually I'm not the biggest fan of thick and glossy slimes, kind of like cloud slimes, except with thick and glossies, I just get really bored with them really quickly. Like, I like them, but then like as soon as they start inflating and stuff, I'm just like, I'm kind of bored now. But with this one, I actually really enjoy inflating this one. I think it's because of like the added texture and stuff. It just works so well together. And this one is getting 5 out of 5 pajamas. The next slime is Bamboo Garden. This is a coated bingsu slime that is scented Moroccan mint and black pepper, and it comes with a panda charm. This slime smells minty, fresh, kind of like cologne, kind of like a forest. Like I'm getting some tree scents in here. But it smells really good. I like how fresh it smells, kind of like a spearmint type of mint as well, which works really well with like fresh smelling smells. It smells good. I think it works really well. The add-ins are absolutely perfect. I love when there's like a ton of like add-ins in a slime and they all work together as a theme. And then like the leaf pieces that I got to add at the very beginning add like the perfect color contrast because like they're like kind of like fall colors, and you can see them sticking out of the slime like when I'm playing with it and stuff, and like I'm obsessed with the way they look amazing. The base is a stunning emerald green. I honestly could not stop staring at it. I love deep colors like that in slime. They just look so good. And of course it's a bingsu slime, so it has immediate and constant crunches, and it's not too rough on the hands. Like I didn't really notice much irritation, which is awesome. The only thing to note is that it does leave some residue. I would say it's a little less than like a typical bingsu slime would leave, but I'm going to be a little more harsh with this one because it is labeled as a coated bingsu, and coated slimes usually don't leave any residue or leave very minimal, and I would say this leaves more than the typical coated slime. However, it is also a bingsu slime, which are like notorious for leaving the most amount of residue on hands because they're just like that, okay? They're built like that. So it's kind of hard for me to judge this one. I just wanted to kind of make it known that it does leave some residue. I am going to give this one 4.9 out of 5 pajamas, but if you guys deem that this one should deserve 5 out of 5, then I'll go with it. And the last slime for this review, or I don't even know if I should call it a slime, this is Pumice Putty. It is a pumice putty or slime, whichever one you want to label it as, whatever. It is scented like dirt, leather, and flannel. So you can probably already guess that I love this slime based on the scent alone because I love those smells so much, especially dirt. Oh, it smells so good. But anyways, it does smell exactly as described, but like mixed with like a funeral home smell and then mixed with like a hotel smell, which I love the way hotels smell. Most of them smell like pretty similar, and they smell good. I don't know what it is, but they just, I could like jar it up and spray it and it would smell so good. Anyways, the texture is stringy and dense like a putty. Like I don't want to say like stringy, but like it's not like a bad thing, but like if you've ever played with a putty, you'll know that it kind of like thins out differently than a regular slime, and that's kind of what it does. The pumice in here, which if you don't know, the best way I'm gonna describe it is it's like a really fine sand. That's like what it feels like. It makes the slime extremely dense but has like really good sizzles. It's very holdable. The only thing that I would say is it is slightly tacky, like especially after it inflates, but also that could be on me. It's one of those textures that's really hard to tell if it's underactivated, and I think it was, now that I look back at it. So that I'm gonna just say is on me. It was probably slightly underactivated and I just didn't see it until afterwards. So I would say that the tackiness isn't as bad as you see. I love the color, especially after it inflates. It's such a cool gray and it just looks so nice. And like this slime just seems like it's its own entity, the slime putty, whatever you want to call it. There's really not a good way to describe it or compare it to anything. If somebody asked me to describe the slime, I would literally just like, I would look at you and I would just say yes. And that is my description, because this slime is just its own thing and I have no idea how to describe it any other way. And it is getting 5 out of 5 pajamas. And with that, that is the end of this review, and I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you or someone you know owns a slime shop and wants to be reviewed by me, my business email is always linked in the description of every video. If you have video suggestions, slime suggestions, suggestions of any kind, you are more than welcome to leave them in a comment down below. If you find anything on Instagram you think I might like, you are more than welcome to tag me. The same thing goes for TikTok. I love interacting with you guys and having random conversations. Now I am signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one.